So this isn't very good, is it? This is the dam wall.
Good morning and welcome back to a brand new video. We had an absolute ton of rain last night. I'm just walking down to the pond. Theo is down there to check on it because this is the most amount of rain we've had since it started filling. So we're curious to see how it fared. It was very heavy last night. Everything's suddenly become green again. The ground which had died over the summer is now green. Grass is sprouting up, weeds are sprouting up. It's actually one of the reasons why I love this time of year, because everything starts to come back to life. Even though the trees are losing their leaves, feels really fresh out here. The sun is out between a cloud, but I think it's going to go in again in a second. So nearly there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the pond's going to be like. It was also pretty windy, as you can see. We had some debris drop down from the trees and leaves are strewn everywhere again. Like I said in the last video, I think it was, the maintenance of leaves and stuff is a weekly, almost daily thing at this time of year, but it's so good for the ground because it provides a really good mulch for the new stuff to grow up. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is a drastic change since yesterday.
So as you can probably tell, the ground is a little bit soggy. I came down on the tractor. I tried to I tried to drive about a quarter of the way around the dam wall, and it's so soggy, the tractor's just sinking. So my ideas on how I'm going to fix this problem, because we have a pretty big problem right now.
This is actually mad how deep it is. That is literally a foot, and just where I was treading, it's crumbling down. Ugh, that is unbelievably deep.
So the pond is actually now nearly at capacity. It's only not at capacity because I've actually turned the spring off and diverted the water away from here until we can fix the problem with the dam wall that I'll show you in a minute. But it's so cool to see it this full. This is what I dreamed of, sitting on the dock. I'm not going to sit on the dock right now because half of my legs will be dangling in the water, but it looks amazing. I'm super stoked with it. So you can see here that the water is being diverted, which is brilliant. This is from the spring and also takes all the rainwater runoff. You can see I've put a valve on there, so I stop the water going into the pond, and then basically, whoa, falling over, slip and sliding all over the place today. And then you can see down there we have an overflow pipe that runs away, so it's all working really nicely. So this isn't very good, is it? This is the dam wall, and it's took an absolute beating last night. And what can you do? It's not the end of the world. You've just got to smile at these things and carry on and fix the problems as they come up. Like as Bee probably mentioned, we had something completely different planned today, but this is what I like about living on a big property. There's always things chop and changing, and it's actually quite fun. So we will get this fixed. But this really isn't good. This resembles a landslide. We now only have about 1.5 meters of dam wall stopping that water from breaching the pond and just destroying the whole dam wall, which isn't good. So we need to come up with a fix, and what we're going to have to do is just pile this full of stone for now. Small stone, because I can't actually drive the tractor or the digger on this area at the moment. It's just far too soft. I'll end up sinking and causing more damage than what is actually being caused here by the rain.
So as Theo mentioned, we've had a mini landslide on the pond side. You can see the other one just there. It's nothing quite like that one, but we can see it wants to loosen up. It wants to breach. We did put tons of stone under here. Now the water's risen, you can't see it, but we do need to put more up. So that is what we're going to be doing. And it is just so lovely to see the pond this full and the rain dripping on. Oh, Theo's gloving up over there, he's ready.
So this is a great example of why we need to, I nearly fell in the pond. I was so close to tipping over. This is why we need to seed all the way around and grow trees up the back of the dam wall to stop that erosion process. Obviously, it's a process, it takes time. We couldn't have done it any sooner, but you can see all of this natural stuff that's grown up. It has done a really good job, and it's not full coverage, but there's no erosion in this area where the plants have grown up. So that is a good indication of how that will help all of the banks and stop erosion. I am gloved up, I am ready to crack on, fix this dam wall the best we can. It is a temporary fix, and then when I can come through with the excavator, I can pack it all in. But all we need to do is to stop this dam wall breaching. Also, I just want to say a massive heartfelt love towards everyone struggling with the current Hurricane Helene. It's absolutely shocking seeing the footage that's coming out of there and the people struggling, stranded. We had a lot of rain the last couple of days, but nothing on that level. So I hope everyone's safe and coping okay.
The rain can't stop Theo. He's determined. His pond is his baby, and he will keep her safe and secure. Oh my. There's a lot of ferocity in that. This is worrying me, I'm not gonna lie. This crack. Oh my gosh! The stone looks tiny on camera, but it's massive. I won't be able to get close, but oh no, I can. Look how big it is. Oh, it's huge.
Fall into an endless hole, hoping that you find the bottom. Maybe there's something there. You tell me that's my problem, but I still see it all the time. A glimmer in the dimmest light.
Beautiful river stone.
So this is where Theo's been taking the stones, and I've noticed, don't know if you've noticed, quite a few olives on the ground. Now these have definitely been blown off in the wind last night because it was pretty ferocious. But we are almost at olive season, and I'm not going to make olive oil this year, but I'm going to do what I do every year, and that is jar a whole load of them because I love olives. Theo hates them. The weather is also being super British. It's on and off. It is sunshine and showers. It's been pretty heavy rain, drizzle, nothing. Now there's nothing. So that, in case you're like, why are you working in the rain? It's gonna be like this for the next week, I think. So we have to do it no matter what situation the weather is in, which is why we're doing it now. Right now it's glorious, but that'll change again in 5 minutes. I can't move this. It's really embedded in the soil.
Don't worry, I'll go through it.
Oh, that's so deep. Theo is attempting to get through this area. It's pretty narrow. I wanted to move these, but they've been washed down into the soil, so I can't. He's doing quite well. It is very deep in the bits where it's not been, where it's washed down. Although he's making his way through, and then we can dump stones there, which is what we want to do, really big stones. Huh?
The other way.
Look at that, let me see. Pretty deep and sketchy. So we're gonna see if we can get round here instead. I think that might be more manageable. That's much better. The tractor's got a much easier route round there, which is ace, so we can dump some really big stones here because it is very worrying. Like Theo said, it's not life and death, it's not the end of the world, but it would just be a shame to lose out on so much hard work. So the tractor got through there pretty well. It's just brush. So if he can get round and dump the big stones, that would be brilliant. Is it good? Yes, I got the thumbs up. Okay, we're gonna go and get the big stones now and then dump them here. The plan is to now take the tractor up to the old house, which is currently a ruin, and has tons of old stone that we can use that's all around the edge of it. And that is just behind those trees there. So we're going to go up there, I'm going to follow the tractor, and we're going to load the front bucket up with as many stones as we can. So I said that we're using the old stone from the building, but I don't know why I said didn't. So I said we're using the old stone from this ruin, but I don't think I explained why we're using the old stone, because you might be wondering, hang on, shouldn't that old stone be used when you rebuild the ruin? The answer is we are reusing some stone that's behind it, but this stuff here was heavily damaged in the fire that raged through it in 2022, and it actually affected the structural integrity of those stones. Some of them are really crumbly and can't be reused. It'd be completely pointless as they just fall apart. So they are what are going into the dam wall. They're perfect for it. They can stay there and hold it all together and work really well and be moved from there, because at the moment they're just taking up space. It's nice to be able to reuse them for something. It's a shame that they can no longer be in the house, but it's nice that they're still usable on the property with the pond. I can hear Theo just coming up the hill here. He's dumped off the first lot of stone and now he's coming for the second lot. Hopefully it went nice and smoothly. Let's see. Is it good? He gave me, yes, thumbs up. That means the universal sign for it's good. Some of these are absolute beasts as well.
Just move that chain out of the way for me.
Yeah. So you can see here what I was talking about, how they've just crumbled. This was much bigger and it fell apart. Oh wow, the digger just scooped that up like it was nothing, and I called it a digger and it's a tractor. So we'll lob some of these smaller ones in. I was saying it's nice to give these stones a new sense of purpose after they're no longer usable.
Exactly, like this is perfect.
It is perfect.
I tell you what, I'm really impressed with how the tractor is performing in the sticky, deep mud. It's just no problem whatsoever. It's got a bit of weight in it, which may be helping with traction, but even when I'm empty, it's just like pounding through the mud. I've never really had mud here before.
High five to four-wheel drive. Woo!
Probably get stuck now I said that.
Yeah. Now I'm following him down. We're going to film him depositing the stones. He said he's probably going to get stuck now, which is the kind of the way things go, isn't it? You brag about something and then it doesn't do what you said. You might have noticed I've not got glasses on today. I used to wear contact lenses all the time and I stopped wearing them once I ran out of them about 5 years ago. I just never got around to going to the opticians and getting more of them, but I'm trialing them again. I love it. I love not wearing glasses because I hate when they get dirty, but I'm so used to wearing glasses I just went to push them off and they're not on my face. I was like, what? Huh? How can I see? It's really weird. Wow, the tractor really went through it here. Oh wow, actually filled up way more in just one dump. That surprised me. I didn't think that that would actually fill up so much. And this is a very good path for the tractor to come through. Oh man, the tractor's deep in the mud, I just noticed. Perfect. Oh, a little push down just for good measure. Really pushing it down there, it's good. Theo was right. It is coping with the mud incredibly well. Good old four-wheel drive. That is a massive stone, absolute whopper. Perfect. Squidge it down. This goes to show how soft this bank is by how much the stone is sinking. It's giving Glastonbury vibes. Theo just pointed out, I didn't even notice, but right here, just next to the landslide, we've got a little ash tree growing. These are really prevalent, they grow very well. I'm fairly sure this is ash. Fairly sure you are ash. And they grow really well. We will be adding willow all the way along the edge of the bank because it is a perfect plant for ponds. And we have an absolute ton of willow. We've got loads up in the forest, we've got loads around the lake by the house, and the best thing to do with willow, because it's such a good grower, is to just cut off propagate cuttings. And the best time to do that is in winter. I was looking up today, December will probably be the best time once the leaves have fallen off the willow tree. So we'll be taking loads of cuttings and just plonking them in the bank, and they do a really good job at knitting it all together, which means that next winter, and just in the future anyway, the banks will be a lot stronger. Like Theo said, putting grass seeds down and stuff, that will help knit it all together. This is so new and so fresh. We've not had any rainfall, we've not really had anything like that that could cause any destruction. It's been too dry to plant anything at the moment. So I'm looking forward to putting the willow in. It's gonna make it really nice. It's gonna make a massive difference to it. And the birds also love the willow trees too. It's also a very fast growing tree, and it does very well with water. It loves water. That's why you always see it along the side of lakes, rivers, streams, all sorts of things like that.
I'm definitely not going to step off the tractor.
Why?
That is very muddy. I tell you what, this little compact tractor, absolute beast. It's just, I know I said it before up there, but it's just, I don't know what the word would be, churning through this mud. This is actually so fun. I'm very disappointed that my dam wall nearly breached and that had a huge amount of erosion, but it's actually quite fun fixing it.
Feels like everything's a battle, and I can't win 'em all. Maybe later you'll come over, or just return my calls.
I'm actually surprised how well this is going. Having the right tools makes all the difference. I reckon I got 2 front buckets worth of stone left to go down to pack on the dam wall, and I think we're going to be in the clear for now. Once it dries off, the temporary fix hopefully holds, and then I can come through with the excavator and really do some serious work on that dam wall, make sure it's as strong as anything, because once everything grows up, all of the trees and the grass and everything, and it's all knitted together and the bank is full of roots, That's our key.
I literally just said this whole thing already.
I'm just repeating what
Why
B
are
said.
we the same?
We are the same. Shake on it. See how crumbly this stone is?
Oh my gosh.
That is why we can't build with it.
Yeah, it is so weak. Super weak.
Most of this is river stone, super strong.
Yeah. Oh, that's clearly granite.
Yeah.
That's river stone. As Theo drove off then, I noticed this. This is all bits and pieces that he pulled out last winter whilst I was back in the UK recovering from surgery. And I've not really paid attention to any of these things. And at first when I saw this, I thought it was a wood burner. And then I thought, there's no way, look how thin the metal is. And I'm presuming it was probably some type of oil canister. But that is just mad. So brittle. But anyone else absolutely love the colour of rust and the natural patterns it creates. It's really stunning. I've seen people do pretty cool things, and like with this as well, like the natural rust patterns on here and the way the metal's aged over the years. I've seen people create out of paint walls in their houses and stuff that resembles this, and it looks really cool. I'd love to try something like this in the house, or maybe in the ruin renovation. It's crazy to see it from this angle. It looks like it has no back wall. It's just the back wall is much lower than the front, but that's a bizarre angle to see. It really looks like a ruin. This is the perfect example of a crumbling granite stone. Check that out.
It's so red. Like a volcano.
Theo's trying to give himself a hernia by messing around with that one. Don't be daft. That's way too big to put up there. And that one. They need to go separately. You don't want to overload it.
Oh, that would do it in loads of small ones then.
Okay. So the plan is now, I'm going to follow Theo back down. We've done all the big ones, and we're going to get loads of smaller ones that we can pack in around the big ones just to fill up any voids, because there is going to be more rain. This is currently a little dry patch, and then that'll just give it even more stability and strength. I'm just looking around to see if I can see any there. There's no here, but there's loads down there. So let's get filling. When you said, I thought you meant small stones.
Yeah, but these will fit in between the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it looks like that's
Oh, look at this. I'm gonna keep this one as like a little.
so flat.
Found a coaster. Keeping this. So Theo just mentioned a lot of this stone is stone that got washed down from the riverbed.
The flooding 2 years ago.
Yeah, from the extreme flooding. It was actually very extreme. And all of these stones got washed down, along with Tartaruga, my terrapin that we found that day. She would have loved this.
Imagine
Not
her,
the stone moving, the pond.
imagine her in the pond.
I know.
Just like build her a little raft.
She would have loved it. When I found Tartaruga, her shell had been cracked because she'd been washed down with the stones. Understandably, her shell had been cracked and a big chunk of it was missing and her stomach was hanging out. I think we did include it in a video. Sadly, she passed away, I think 4 months later after having surgery and having a prosthetic piece fitted, and the shell was regrowing. I took a lot of care of her. I really loved Tartaruga, and we don't know how old she was, though. She was fully grown, so she passed away basking in the sun, and the dream was for her to live in the pond with us. So she's buried on the island, which is nice. And yeah, this has just brought back loads of memories from 2 years ago when we found her. Really nice stones, the river stone. Oh, I thought you were going to dump them on.
No, we got a hand placer.
Theo is being absolutely psychopathic right now.
I want to fill the gaps.
Why? He could just dump it on, and instead we're now having to hand place every stone. I'm just going to find more stones to keep, man. Go on, I'll get some shots so you can hand place them. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
If I throw some up here, you pack them along that top ridge.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's a gorgeous mossy stone, isn't it? I don't have the same panache as you. So I just asked Theo if I could come and tread on the stones, and he said yeah. And it's actually amazing the difference the stones have made to the strength. When I stood on this earlier before any of the stones were here, obviously it was like stepping on quicksand, and now I'm fine.
I'm looking at that pond behind you.
It's a gorgeous pond.
Look at the reflection.
Very nice reflection, very still. The rain is holding off, which is brilliant. It's making life very enjoyable. And the stones are going in. This is all very soft further along. So these smaller stones are ace. Definitely here. Oh, the stone cracked in half. Theo is happy with the progress we've done on the dam. There is heavy rain coming again soon, so we're going to do a perimeter check up. We're going to go up into the forest, we're going to check the wildlife pond up there, we're going to check the lake by the house, make sure everything is okay. The animals are fine, just in case you're worried about them. They're the first things we check every single day, and they're all good, all chilling. The goats hate the rain, so they're just chilling out in their horse box. But yeah, we're going to go up into the forest now and see what's going on, because there tends to be the occasional tree that falls down when there is a lot of rain. I've just come to grab my stones and the rain has arrived 10 minutes early. How dare it? So it's going to be a rainy walk in the forest. It's fine, we've got waterproof gear, no biggie. Don't leave my stones! He's shaking his head, but he loves it. I don't know if I can do this one with one hand. I might be able to if I roll it. Awkward! It's so heavy. Stay safe, guys. He loves it. He loves it.
So we are currently on our perimeter check. This is probably one of my favourite things to do, unless I find too many jobs to do along the way. But walking,
And then it becomes a headache.
and then it becomes, yeah, a big list of jobs. But as I said, this big tree here did come down before, probably about 4 or 5 months ago.
Longer than that.
And I need to come and chop it up. It's a big job, and it's not obstructing the waterway because the stream runs down here. It's not in the way, that's why I've left it, but I could do with chopping this up, so that is on the list. But look at this, the tree has started to grow a new tree out of the snapped bit, which is pretty amazing. Come under here, some really nice mushrooms there, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
They look like oyster mushrooms or something. I know we will have someone watching who knows what they are.
Pretty cool, but look at that. Amazing. Really cool. A fresh one growing out, so maybe I give it a chance. I think it's probably rotten, judging by the mushrooms, but there's obviously enough energy being created to grow that offshoot. But yeah, that's a big, big tree to cut down. If we carry on, feels like I'm in Lord of the Rings in this area.
This is a stream, and you can tell there's been waterfall through here because it's all moving this way, which is cool to see. Theo's gone up into, I need to climb up there. This is an ultra dead tree here.
Proper widowmaker, that. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Like one finger.
Hang on, I feel like it might come for me. Shall I move?
This side. Come this side.
I was like a deer in the headlights then. Which way do I go?
Oh. You ready?
Yeah. Wow.
That was far too easy. Don't camp under that tree.
This is what we do here every now and then when there is heavy rainfall. Those old trees that completely succumbed to death do fall, like that one randomly snapped in the centre. This one, it's an old Douglas fir. No, it's not, it's an old cypress.
That one's not going anywhere. This one looks like someone's been fishing. Little rod holder. Right, let's carry on. I can see a clear animal path. We'll follow that for a bit. Definitely through here, isn't it?
100%. I love this part of the forest. It's super ancient and stunning. We've got really old oak, chestnut, and here's the rain. We just found a casualty.
The lake is filling up nicely. I can see from this direction, but yeah, this tree's had it. Look, it's completely rotted out. That's just so rotten. What I have to do, bring the tractor up here and pull that out because it's a really steep bank, but let's head up to the pond because that's the main situation in times like this where it's, you know, really bad conditions. I always worry for that top pond, but since I've fixed all the infrastructure, it's been completely fine, so fingers crossed.
Oh wow, I just picked up this pine cone because it looked pretty, and then I realised there's mushrooms growing out of it. Catch! Worst throw ever. They're probably magic mushrooms. Oh my gosh! I thought it was going to hit me in the forehead. Okay, now this is the first port of call.
We've got a dribbler. It's exactly what we want to see. Right, if we come further up.
Sometimes I imagine myself as a borrower, tiny little person. Whee! Straight off. Little water park ride here. What's that bonkers noise?
That's the, so basically you might be able to hear a noise in the background, and I'll show you a closer look, but basically what I've created is a siphon, from the pond to the lake so that it draws as much water as possible through the pipe to the lake, so we can hopefully get this lake filled up this year.
Sounds like an angry mouse. Are you going to go that way?
Yeah.
Oh, it's doing so well. Really is minimal amount.
Looks like it's literally perfect, just as I saw it a couple of days ago before the storm. Can you hear it? It's because it's like sucking as much as much water as possible. Give it a clean out.
And that means as much water as possible. Whoa. As much water as possible that can go through this pipe goes directly to the lake. And the rest of this water does make its way to the lake, but naturally there will be water loss because it's getting absorbed into the surroundings.
Actually, it usually makes a noise, but that's higher pitch.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a blockage.
Oh. Guesses for what's causing a blockage? I reckon a frog. Hopefully not. Hopefully just a leaf or plant matter.
What I'm going to do is move this dam out the way.
Uh-huh.
And then let it freely flow. Get rid
Okay.
of all the rubbish and I can get in there easier. Turn this off.
Now we really see the amount of water that it takes. That's actually pretty impressive.
So all of this goes directly to the lake. 45,000 litres in a day.
And all of this normally goes in the black tube. It's impressive how well it works. And now we've got a little waterfall going on, making its way into the tube. Oh, it was a frog.
Mostly duckweed.
Oh, good.
Frog.
I was worried it was a frog.
You can eat it.
Yeah, no thanks. Oh, you're getting water up your sleeve. Check it out. Oh, it's made its way. Made its way into the tube. So that concrete bowl will be filling up and the little water park ride will be flowing nicely. It is normally just a build-up of pondweed and duckweed and all types of things that can cause it. Wow. Wow. The way it just sucks all the water up and it's just completely ceased. That's actually impressive.
That's a solid siphon.
That is a solid siphon. You're the siphon master. Well done. That's actually unbelievable. And now the noise has stopped, the angry mouse has gone. I've just noticed here, that looks like mint. If I can get some. Oh, is there some here? I don't know if that is mint actually, it might be a nettle. No, it's nettle. It smells really nice, like green pepper. That's different though. This is the mint. Oh, lovely minty. Delish. I might take some of this and make some mint tea.
Put our technical dam back.
I mean, it works, so. Good old mint. But I think we're definitely going to need to do a clear out of this next year, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Got a mushroom.
Oh, wow! Amazing!
So this spring, look at that.
Oh, that's really flowing, more than I've ever seen.
There's erosion on that spring. That spring sprung all summer. Never seen that before. But everything looks good up to here.
Yeah, look
Just
at it.
take a small walk up the stream, see everything's good.
Yeah, make sure the water system for our house is all intact and happy. I've just spotted it's too late. The squirrel got there first. Pine cone. I'm always too late. I'm always too late for everything. All the animals get there first. Look, this is last year's one. Can you hold this? I want to demonstrate the pine nuts. So this is an old pine cone from last year. I know it's old because, I mean, just look at it. And then, if it wasn't a manky old one, this is when the magic happens. Pine nut. Someone still had them though. Here we go.
You got a rusty pine nut.
I have. It's, I would be a useless squirrel. I'm always too late to the party, missing out on all the goodies. And when I do find the stuff, it all drops out and then I can't see it on the ground. I'm gonna have to find the one that fell. Here we go, it's here. So when you peel the thing off, technical term, you get the pine nut. Now that might not look like a pine nut because it's in its protective shell, which is pretty tough to get into. I'm gonna have to use the old teeth. Oh! Okay, I might have dismissed it as an old pine nut, but we've got a freshie in here.
Hold it up to the camera.
It's in its skin. Get ready, guys. This is why pine nuts are so expensive, because the amount of effort that goes into them. Ah! And now I'm going to eat an organic pine nut. Oh my.
Is it good?
The best pine nut I've ever eaten.
Was lovely. You being serious?
No, I am being serious. Now I'm like, I've dismissed you as old and manky, but you produced a really tasty one. So actually, I'm gonna take it back. Later time, I'm gonna come back up here and look for them because I'm not giving up now.
So, I seem to have lost my partner to literally like squirreling around on the floor trying to find another pine nut because the first pine nut was so nice.
He doesn't believe me that it was good. It actually was.
I'll try one if you can find one. But right now we need to head further up to see if any more damage further up the mountain.
I'll take this one that I dismissed.
The rain is coming.
I can hear, I've just got to say, the smell of the forest after the rain, so good.
So I'm just gonna walk straight up the stream. A log seems to have washed down.
That's hilarious.
Everything looks good so far. Flowing nicely. So the water tank is performing as it should. The overflow's nice, absolutely pumping out of there. I'm just gonna go a little bit further up, see what we can find. But all looks good so far. A little bit slippy on these stones. The only thing I can see that's different up here is here there's more erosion. Basically a spring opened up under there. You can see how wet that stone is. And it's eroding the bank. So what I can do is bang some big logs vertically and then horizontally and then protect that bank. But this place is so pretty. Look at this, the colours are changing on the trees. Gorgeous. So nothing much to report up the mountain, which is always nice. Further down, obviously we had a problem with the pond. And now I'm going to head down to the lake. I'm calling it a lake. I know you guys in the comments are like, it's not a lake, it's a pond. I understand that, but we have 4 ponds and it's hard to figure out which one I'm talking about if I don't just call that the lake and the other new pond the new pond. So I'm calling it the lake, and I've got an idea of how to measure how much water is coming into it, because at the moment I can see visually that it's a lot higher since we had all the rain the last couple of days, but I'd like to know exactly how much it's risen by so I can monitor how much it's actually dropping by as well. So as we head back down to the lake, the squirrel in front of me is trying to squirrel more nuts.
Oh, also, I found another nice stone, but this time it's quartz.
That is nice. Let me zoom in on that. Ooh, that is nice.
Do you want to sniff the mint?
Well, where are you going to put all this stuff? Because it's not going in our house.
That's what you think. This is going in tea. Do you want to sniff it?
Are you going to make that today?
I might do.
It's nice. Really nice.
Check out this snazzy guy. Hello.
I've just been in the house and I put some sturdy shorts on because I'm ready.
The tan line is insane.
We have good summers in Portugal,
Hang on.
as you can tell.
Lift your shorts up. I want to see how high the tan goes.
Pretty high. Anyway, I'm going in the lake because I want to create this measuring device, just like a measuring stick, so I can see how much it goes up and down.
What?
That's so heavy.
It's a tyre filled with concrete. What did you expect?
There's a smaller one, I think.
I think they're all the same, mate.
Oh no.
You know what? If you get it on its side, you can just roll it because it's a tyre. Ooh, what's growing underneath? Is that bees? The hell?
Oh, there's a centipede.
But there's loads of like eaten. Is that? Have we just
yeah.
disturbed your nest? Do you eat
Yeah, it's a
bees?
nest.
Okay, this is
Let me drop that
bonkers.
back.
Things you find in the shadows.
Randy.
Where you going? There's 2 more.
I can't move.
Oh,
them,
he's
they're
a
so heavy.
wuss. Look at him. He just moved loads of heavy stones. And now he's like,
It's got to be something.
Here is Ginjey Bear. People have been worried about her. She's merely just relaxing and enjoying life. You are the ripe old age of 8 now, so you spend a lot of time sleeping, don't you?
Proper OAP you are.
She's not OAP.
She is.
She's not. She's just, you know,
You gonna
she's in her
roly
middle
pole?
years.
You're a roly pole. No.
She's too cool for her parents. So there's Ginjey.
So I got myself a stick, all I could find locally. So I'm going to try and just wedge it in the ground a little bit. I just want to monitor the next couple of days because I think tonight we've got another storm coming, another load of rain. It'd be cool to see. This was a bad idea. That's the deep trench.
Yeah, you've got to get through the trench. I'm here. Oh, it's up to his knee nearly.
It's ridiculous. Like, this has risen like 3 feet. My sturdy shorts, I'm gonna make it.
Well, you need to turn them into hoochie daddy shorts. Hot pants. Oh, this is the shallower bit here. It's like a little plateau level. Ginjey, have you come to watch your dance humiliation? Hello? How are you going to wedge it in?
Where's a good place to kind of like zoom in on your phone so you can see?
Here, where you are.
Or like clearer there.
Hello, Ginjey. You've come to join in. You going to help Theo? You don't really like getting wet, but you do hunt the frogs and the fish. Yeah.
See if that holds.
Do you want like a stone to smack it in with? Oh. Ginjey's just spotted you in the water and she is alarmed.
That's the deep bit. I ain't going any further.
Come on. I couldn't finish the video without, is she there? Yeah, without showing you baby. People have been asking how she's doing. She's doing very well. She went to the vets about a week ago now, and they guess she's around about 4 months old. She weighs 2 kilos and she's got another appointment in 3 weeks' time for her second vaccination, and they're going to assess her again then to see when she can have surgery to have her eye removed, because it is completely non-functioning and it does get quite sticky and uncomfortable for her, so it'll be nice for her to have that removed. But otherwise, my glasses are steaming up. She's a very happy girl. She gets on with the cats really well, and it's really nice having a new addition to the family. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.